Hey, what's up, guys? I am super happy to make this video. If you've been watching the last few videos, you'll know that I've been, or even at least my channel for some time, I've been trying to get a way to get pharmaceutical prescribed testosterone. So I get a good source for that. It's reliable, it's cheap, it's good quality, and it's legit. And I finally got it today delivered. So here's the vial, and here's the prescription. So yeah, it's like a huge relief off my shoulders because now I know there's a reliable source coming, 140 milligrams a week prescribed to me for the rest of my life. It means I can travel and have a prescription and go to different places and do it in different countries because my wife is from Bolivia. Last year I went to Bolivia for 2 weeks, and by the end of the 2 weeks I was hurt. So a little bit about it. It's a bit different. It's called Testosterone, and it's from this company called Up Guys. Up Guys are like the online pharmaceutical company, but Testosterone cypionate, and it's a bit different than what I was doing before because before it was 250 milligrams per milliliter. This is 100 milligrams per milliliter. So I have to measure it out differently, which I figured out today. But it's bigger vials, I believe. Is it? I don't know, maybe not. But I got two of them anyway. and so I had to figure out that instead of doing 2 milliliters, I'm essentially doing 3.5, 4. Okay. And the first thing I noticed was the oil, the carrier oil, it's just a lot clearer, which I think is a good sign. Because every other oil, especially with other compounds, like this one, I don't want to show the name, but it has like a yellowish orange hue to it. This one is clear. It almost has like no color to it at all. But what I did notice, if I'm not mistaken, is it might be just as thick, if not as thick. So there's still oil base there, and I believe the carrier oil is what makes a product good and safe because that's where a lot of impurities are going to happen, and that's where potentially doing it for a long time, there's going to be some negative impact from just what kind of oil you're doing and the potential risk for, of course, infection. But as well, I believe it gets absorbed better with better quality oil, okay? And I watched this video today. I was going to make a whole video just on this of Paul Burknett, his name is. He's a pro bodybuilder, and I consider him an expert. He does podcasts with different experts for sure. And I believe his channel is Anabolic University or Anabolic Bodybuilding. Anyway, he covered something today, which was, I don't know if it was a study or just an independent analysis in Australia on a bunch of different compounds, including different testosterones. And it showed that a lot of them aren't even like the right concentration, the right amount that you're getting. And some of them are, there's a lot of different other things in it. Sometimes there's like testosterone in it, which is a compound you probably don't want to do, but they might add a little bit to that to make it stronger. And a lot of time it's not what you're getting, but some of it is. And again, who knows what source this Australian source got it from, but the one concerning factor was that there was a lot of impurities in it, including some like arsenic, lead, and Paul was saying that he knew people personally who had potential lead poisoning from doing underground lab stuff. So that makes me kind of want to just stay totally clear of underground labs, to be honest, or go with something like Janoshik and get it tested myself. Because even they did different things, even orals and such, and some of the Anavar had like D-ball in it, which to be honest, I don't even know if I would mind that. It might be actually good to have a little bit of D-ball. But if you want Anavar, obviously you want Anavar, and things like Nandrolone were underdose or some were overdose. Like I said, some things had contaminants in it, such as copper and such. I believe that might be due to like what they're making it in, in China or wherever else. And they tested it in as well the raw powder form as well, which would be straight from the source. So potentially the process of making steroids includes compounds that are hazardous to us, and it might not be totally isolated from these, like something like a this Tera or Pfizer testosterone would be, which is good. Obviously that is important because things like heavy metal contamination is, especially over time, even though it might be very minuscule, but especially if you're doing a lot of these compounds, it'll build up, and some of it stays in your body for a long time, if not indefinitely, builds up in some areas, right? So that's a concern. And there could be potential other contaminants, like the guy has dandruff in it while he's making it, or whatever, even though generally I would imagine it's filtered pretty well. But to go back to this, I got this testosterone as well. I got like, it's called anastrozole, which is essentially Arimidex, which is an estrogen blocking compound, which I don't even think I'm going to do based on the amount I'm doing now, but I'll kind of keep that for the future if I go back up to like 300 plus at some point in time. Maybe I'll add a little bit of Arimidex, because I noticed my last time when I did push doses up past 300, my estrogen was on the higher end, at least. It wasn't ideal. It could be a little bit more ideal, but to be honest, I don't even mind a little bit higher estrogen. I think it's better than being low estrogen. But you don't want to be out of range high estrogen, that's for sure. You don't want to be like a woman in their fertile window level of estrogen or something. Where that wouldn't be ideal at all. Unless you want to be, if you're transitioning to a woman or something, and you're a gynecomastia. But the great thing is, again, that I'm just happy that I have a secure source. Huge weight off my shoulders. Financial weight off my shoulders. And I plan in the future to even get more reliable sources through my family doctor, so I don't have to go through these online clinics as well. So what are you guys' thoughts about that? Again, I'm very happy. Finally, long time coming. I planned this out. And I tried to go through other doctors before, and they want me to jump through all these hoops, like going totally off everything for 3 months before I get blood tests to even determine if I'm eligible for TRT. Yeah, fuck that. These guys were good up guys, and they hooked me up with a consultation. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were talking about. They dealt with guys who took UGL compounds before. And the other good news, I'll get blood work done every 3 months as well through these guys. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Peace.